Until Friday, Georgia had been one of the 4 states without a hate crimes law. In stocks, Dow Jones up 0.09%, NASDAQ up 0.7%, S&P 500 up 0.48%. And that's all for now. We will keep you updated with all you need to know about the coronavirus and ways to stay safe. The news is brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln and the Dixie Sun News. From Radio Dixie in St. George, Utah, I'm Stephanie Dupar.
Weather brought to you by Your Family Still Matters, Home for Emergency Preparedness, and 24-hour air and heating.
Okay, those temperatures are on the rise in Washington County and Zion National Park. Today is July the 1st. For Washington County, 97 and 68. And for Zion National Park, 95 and 61. For Radio Dixie and Radio St. George, this is Dennis Matz.
Drug rehabs that profit by putting people to work for no pay.
To me, it was like slave labor.
It's been called a cult.
They had pig masks on.
Yeah, we brainwash them because their brain is dirty.
Part 1 of our investigative series, American Rehab, on the next Reveal.
Reveal Weekly, Saturday mornings at 10 on Radio St. George 100.3 FM.
That is the only hotel on a golf course in St. George. The Spring Hill Suites in Washington is on the 12th green within Green Springs Golf Course. 111 suites, all non-smoking. 77 rooms that can accommodate 6 or more people, and opening soon. The Spring Hill Suites by Marriott in Washington.
Alexa, play Radio St. George. Yep, it's just that easy to do on your Amazon device. Alexa, play Radio St. George. You're welcome.
Enjoy our content anytime. Subscribe to our podcast. Search for Radio St. George on podbean.com.
This is KDXI St. George, Radio St. George at 100.3 FM. Creator of Energy Healing by Design, Nicole Ashton, a world-renowned healer and luminary whose life-after-death experience has allowed her the gift of empowering people around the globe to heal and grow into their true authentic space. Nicole, with her natural connection to Source, which has remained open since her return, will help you and your family find the frequency of gratitude and patient love that will assist you in awakening your soul's design. We now welcome you to Return to Consciousness with your host, Nicole.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Return to Consciousness, live with Nicole. I am super happy today to be here on Earth. There's so many things that happened for me over the last 2 weeks to really appreciate grounding and that subject of the chakras. And it was very interesting to be able to start a series a couple weeks ago about the chakras, and my response was so great. So the show, not the last episode, but this episode before, and I want to thank, actually, let's start with this, Jeffrey Olson for stepping in and sharing his story and doing such an amazing piece. And we just love him, and the responses that came back, and his story is so moving. And if you didn't get an opportunity to see him last week and witness his story, then you can tune in and either revisit the last week's show or his Jeffrey C. Olson. You can follow him on Facebook. So as I thank him as well, thank you for all those callers and the people that show up and really show up. Not only for me, but yourself. And the responses that I have been getting on energyhealingbydesign.com and energyhealingbydesign@gmail.com I'm able to kind of see where people are at and how the show is assisting them. And I'm grateful for the people that call in or that email in, because your questions that we'll ask later on are very important, because there's several people asking the same questions, but they don't know how to ask them. So there's yeah, a lot of people are connecting right now. Thank you. So you can follow right now on Facebook, and it is Radio St. George, Facebook Live. There's some beautiful people that are commenting, and if you have any questions about the show or what I'm talking about and you question it in there, I'm trusting that there'll be a communication panel. That is what we are looking for in the future, is to really build this community of this foundation, and that is what today is about. Our root chakra is about foundation and building. And so last week was Jeff Olson. The week before, I started a chakra episode. I was guided that people needed basics, and the foundation of your energetic body is that holds your physical body in alignment, is built up of the chakra system. And so each color, it's a celebration of color in your body, meaning this meaning there's 7 chakras in your body, and each one have a meaning and a color. And the word comes from Sanskrit, which is really interesting. The Sanskrit, having a terrible talking, means wheel or disc. And so as I see the energy moving through people, it is in like a sphere, like these 7 beautiful orbs, spheres in your body, which you can see in the picture behind me. Imagine like getting up in the morning and your body feels, you're just excited to jump out of bed. When that happens, it's this system that's behind me that you're seeing in the body is completely aligned. Those discs, those wheels in your body that are moving energy into the organs are aligned. And so the recap on that and the responses that I received, I decided to start with the root chakra, and each week we will explore that chakra. And then on the comments below, or you can follow on Live with Nicole, I will post things about the chakra that we talked about that week. And so you can learn about the chakra and how it works in your body and the organs of it. So the root chakra is the first chakra in your body. So that is it's positioned in the base of the spine or in the genital area. And the color is red. The element is earth. And can you imagine like building a house without a foundation? That would be impossible to keep stable. Well, the root chakra is your foundation. And until you have really brought that understanding to this red color right in your pelvic area, or in the tailbone, and educated yourself or remembered, let's say that, I like that word better, remembered that your body has this system that you're building. So if you're new or if you're advanced, everybody is welcome, and please share, because most people aren't aware of the energy system. They talk a little bit about in science or physics at school, but not a higher understanding that your body is literally created in that. And so the system of your whole system, when you are focused on this beautiful orb, like in the base of your spine. I mean, really go there right now as you're exploring. We're home, where the COVID's hitting, there's so much energy going on. And when the chakras unbalanced, that's what you feel out there, spacey. And that's why this is my favorite chakra right now, is because that's really, really what I'm focused on, because I have such a profound connection, and my work is so intense with energy and enlightening people and movement that I tend to not focus. So if you're finding yourself not able to focus, these are signs that your root chakra is out of alignment. So there's many ways to do that. There's many ways to balance your chakras. There's stones. People use stones, the red colors. I believe it's tourmaline. I put a list on there. So the stones are bloodstones, tiger eye, fire agate, and black tourmaline. Those are the most popular ones, and that people share that assist them. So you could easily balance and look at stones that fit you. So you can go to a stone store, or I like to go out in nature and find like the color itself. But if you go to like a crystal shop, then you hold that crystal and you see if it speaks to you. And really, you'll get like some kind of wave in your stomach, or something interesting will happen, and that creates you to know, a knowingness that that's for you. So the essential oils are rosemary, sandalwood, black pepper, cedar, ginger, and cloves. So as you use those also will ground you into your body. Right now, I'm going to do that because I am out there. I have been doing a lot of spiritual work. So as those that follow, that witness that, when you aren't grounded, when you're constantly doing the energy work, it's really hard to focus in one area. Yet, look what this show has done, and showing up, really jumping out of my own comfort zone, and allowing people to see vulnerability is one of your most amazing strengths. To stand in your vulnerability, which mine is being in fear of speaking, but I knew I was called to do it, and Sean Donovan gave me the opportunity to step into this power and practice, and each week I practice and absorb. And one thing to remember is when you're grounding into the earth, there's a feelings that you get in your stomach. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. This weekend, I had one of the most amazing grounding weekends, because I was really out in left field doing all this different kind of work, because I have so many clients with COVID right now. And I'm on the phone with them a lot, because that's how I see them, is distantly. And they call, and I am working in an energy field with a medicine so when I connect to that, I felt all the earth's energy, or all the chaotic energy, trying to assist this person. And I absolutely love it, but I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't grounding in my own energy. Therefore, it threw me completely off. And I got the opportunity to go to Pine Valley for a minute. I got an opportunity to really sit in my own space. Sometimes you need that time where you're just in your elements. You're just I want to say that give yourself permission to sometimes shut down and shut off that phone and do nothing. And allow yourself to really go within your room, go within and hold that loving space. And so when you're in the outdoors, you're able to you're you're very close to nature, that's when you can sit on the ground and really pull that energy in. And really, so I believe it was 2 weekends ago, I got the opportunity to go to the top of Pine Valley and bring in energies to those rocks. And you could feel like this element of grounding. Pay attention to that. There's so many things outdoors that are outside that are really trying to ground you and trying to talk to you. And then it's like I took that opportunity, and then I came in the next weekend and I sat with it. And I was able to really ground that in. So those healers that ask me that question, they're like, how do you stay in that space and also ground your energy, also ground and stay somewhat sane? and that's what I tell them. I'm like, offer or give yourself permission to take those breaks, and to also, when you get a major download, take that energy, put it in your body. And sometimes it might not show up. Like I said, my Pine Valley experience was 2 weeks ago, and we had this biggest vortex that I could feel come through. And it was like there was these certain rocks and there was these certain things, and we just like walked around to make sure that was it. And then this I think it took me like 7 days to really like pull in and understand what Mother Earth was even telling me. And so it's okay. It's normal for us right now as light workers, as healers, to take a break, and go within and take your alone time. I would give yourself like 3 or 4 days to really absorb the energy, because the Schumann cells scale is off the hook. That is the resonance of Mother Earth. So the Schumann resonance is so intense right now. I believe my friend Evan told me that it was on Monday at its height, and it peaked, and they asked me where I was at, and I was home, luckily, in my room, and I could feel it so intensely, though, that I slept for like a day and a half. So give yourself permission to absorb this energy. Be like okay with it, because I feel like we need to show up for people, and sometimes showing up for yourself. Well, most of the time you show up for yourself, because as always, self-care and self-love. But we as healers and enlightened people, and especially when you're first on your journey, you want to give, you want to share, you'll receive and receive and receive. And the first thing that you want to do is go share it. I'm inviting you to sit with it first. Sit with the energies and what's happening in your body, and focus on foods and what's good for you. And right now, this week, as your primary focus is the root chakra, always remember to honor and respect or be with each chakra. But then you get to go into the red. And remember that that's your week. This is your week to focus on the grounding. And this is the most important chakra. The foundation that's going to hold all of your 7 chakras inside of your body in alignment to that beautiful soulful self that you are. And when all of these are aligned, when all 7 chakras inside of your body are aligned, things start to line up in your life. The things that you're like manifesting, they become quicker. They become more what you were asking for. Because sometimes we manifest things and we don't think about it. We ask for it and then we get it. It doesn't feel or look like what we asked for. So this foundation, when you're dropping into this red chakra and you're asking yourself these questions, you're going to feel it become more clear. When you are experiencing an unbalanced chakra, when you're feeling this unbalance, which physical signs, or the most common ones, are anger and short temper. Let's see, greediness, belligerence, impatient, feeling stuck. Those are major signs of an imbalance in that chakra. So ways to do that is go into nature, like I said, like I practice, which was my best. It took me a minute. Like I said, I had to really understand what Mother Nature was trying to tell me. But go into Mother Nature, keep going and grounding, and see what you're feeling, and put your butt on the earth, and really absorb that energy that she's sharing with you. Remember, Mother Earth has your back. She gives you nutrients, and she shares with you every day. So when you think that, she gives you the very life the air that you breathe. Imagine what she can tell you if you listen to her. And the way to connect most deeply is starting with that root chakra that will then send this beautiful energy just bubbling up information to the rest of the chakras. So focus on the red chakra, this beautiful sphere in the pelvic area. Plant your butt on the ground, and really and absorb what nature is showing you. So, and also yoga. I've heard people yoga, the Kundalini yoga. There's different ways, and I would go explore what way works for you. I know in our town of St. George, Awakened Soul has a lot of different kinds of yoga, and a lot of different kinds of things techniques that they teach. You can also get stones there. So the ones that we were talking about, I'm pretty sure that they would have them there for you. Any crystal store would. I can't remember what they were right off the top of my head, but so while you're in meditation and you're connecting to Mother Nature and you're balancing, then you're going to feel the sense of a higher spiritual plane. That is a lot of questions. One of the other questions that was asked is when I say the spiritual plane, then that means that you have to be in the chakras above the head, or the purple chakra and down, as you can see in the diagram, the picture behind me. Well, in order for any of that to function, that alignment, to embody everything that you are, the I am, that you are, to be able to embody that inside of your physical, is through the root chakra. So the second half of the show, we're going to do a meditation to ground that chakra, to really bring in some of your gifts, your foundations, your strength, and use your elements around you. So when you're in New York, say, like one of my clients are like, how do I do this? I'm not in New York, so I don't really know what's available, except they are still really shut down. And I asked if we had plants, and the plant that just a simple plant will ground you. And especially if you go and you work in the soil of it, and you just kind of tap it down and play with it, make sure that it gets water, give it attention, and you're going to feel a sense, you'll feel a sense of energy and grounding. And that actually mentally, physically, spiritually creates a remembrance of how to ground. So that's one way. If you're in an apartment somewhere and you aren't able to go outside right now, it's the plants. And if that's not possible, then sit in a quiet space and meditate and call in nature. Call it in. Imagine yourself, really go into to a sacred space, like in your room. You can call in nature. Energetically, we are energy beings. So call in nature, think of grounding into the dirt, and really focus on that pelvic area and the red sphere. brilliant red sphere, like you can see behind me. And you'll start feeling that sense of grounding. And when you're off, when your energy is off, you do feel insecure, you feel angry, you don't feel a sense of safety, because when that grounding isn't happening through Mother Earth, there's nothing up top is feeling snuggled in the body. So there's a lot. I feel like I always try to give so much information at once, and it's just so much. And I'm having such a hot energy right now. I'm like, wow, someone out there that is listening, thank you. And we're gonna talk. We're gonna do a meditation, and then I'll go over some of the questions. And if anybody wants to share underneath or in the comments, please do. And so breath is good. We're gonna focus breath. Nicole's gonna focus on breath right now because that's the best thing to do in this hot sun that's beating through. Oh, wow. So right now I'm getting asked, how do you work with the energies that are going on and the chaotic energies that are going on in the earth right now? I try to avoid them, and avoiding them just created kind of not very disconnect from what was really happening. And so I don't really think that that's the best idea, but to move into observing what's happening without emotionally attaching to any of it. Because you can't pretend it's not happening. But so the second half, we will be back to do a meditation and question. I'm Nicole Ashton.
Hey, does that music scare you?
Places.
You don't hear the music at all? Because you end up like not talking after 20 seconds. Like when there's still like 20 seconds left, you're like wrap it up. Okay. All right, you're good. We're coming back here in about 30 seconds or so.
And the Academy provides concurrent enrollment courses at Dixie State University. We also provide bus service from Vista Charter School to the Academy. Details at stgacademy.org. The St. George Academy, your option for a free public charter college prep high school in Washington County.
Listen to Sacred Sunday Morning with Robert and Kathleen Briggs, Sundays at 8 a.m. and noon on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
You're listening to Radio St. George 100.3 FM. We now welcome you back to Return to Consciousness with your host, Nicole.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Return to Consciousness. I am Nicole. I'm so grateful for Sean Donovan for working with us doing all the technical stuff, and I'm sitting on the ground right now. I'm just gonna give it as it is. I'm sitting on the ground right now, and I totally forget that the camera is on the whole time. And so I'm up on the fan and putting the fan on because it's so hot in my room, and I just realized I'm so real. And I just watched this the other day on, I was watching some episode of something, I don't remember, but they were giving a really big spiritual and consciousness wave of light. All this amazing stuff was happening. And then the guy got up and he had no pants, he only had his underwear on. And so I'm laughing because I just got up to turn the fan on because I'm dying and I wasn't even thinking about it. I had my yoga pants on. Anyways, that really grounded me and reminded me that this show is fun. And I was like, first I sat down, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with this? And then, and then I realized that I started doing this for joy and to step outside of my comfort zone and to bring joy. And I'm almost forgot it. So I feel like that moment, all of a sudden, the heat is coming in and I'm realizing I need to cool down. And I'm not even thinking about that. I totally don't match. And that was the most greatest moment of my life. I swear it. And so being completely open to life happens. And it's not about what's happening to you. It's about, or, you know, why is this happening to me? And it's, what are you trying to teach me right now? And I did ask for stuff, for grounding stuff today, and it just went into motion that I had my elephant pants on and I'm sitting on the ground, grounding myself. And it brought me so much joy to remember that this life is happy. Not that I was forgetting it. I am trying to show up and do the show the best that I can. And I feel like I have a higher expectation of myself than anyone else does. You're just here to enjoy the show and to learn about chakras and grounding and interaction. And I had steps into, you saw that unfold right here on the show. I had totally forgot why I do my work. And I believe it feels like to me that it's the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I feel, this is me, I feel like it's on my shoulders and I'm trying to like say things right and then not offend anyone. And then I'm like, wow, why? When your intentions are set in integrity and purity, then how if you offend or and I don't, maybe offend's not the right word, but if someone doesn't understand, then that is something they get to do. They get to go within and figure out that I'm showing up the best I can to share the information and offer a sense of direction. And what I say when a pathway that this is all about pathway that has assisted me. So if what I say kind of resonates or it doesn't at all, maybe it will later. And then remember, this is my experience of what I went through and how I was able to heal my body and things that right now I healed my body through the chakra system, but I didn't necessarily understand it. And by sitting with these lessons or these chapters or episodes that I've guided to do, I was impressed that I myself will learn a lot. And so just this first episode of the Root Chakra, I'm totally laughing at myself. I built that. It's like all of a sudden talking to you guys and sharing it and trying to focus. I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And so are you. So give yourself a little credit, or a lot, because each day you're getting up and working through the collective energies that are going on. You're working with your kids, you're staying at home, and there's a lot of amazing things, or let's say gifts, when you are in the chaos and you are able to manage it. So you're in the storm right now. You're in the storm. What gifts are really showing up for you? And some gifts, you know, are gifts, like people say, I have gifts of compassion, I have gifts of this, and all these positive gifts. But you know what? Sometimes handling chaos, well, that is a gift. Look at the gifts that are coming out in this moment of truth, this time on earth when you can ask yourself, who am I? What am I doing? Why am I here? And when you start doing that and asking it sincerely, and then giving yourself permission to be you, giving yourself credit for the stuff that you are doing. Rip up that list if you have to. Start a new one. Start with a gratitude list. Then write the list what you have to do that day. Make sure you chalk the stuff off that you are doing, the things that are assisting yourself and others. And the first thing that, as I share always, self-love is so important. Self-care is so important. And as you're looking at these chakras, at this system in your body, it is hygiene. It's like you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you wash your skin, you put oil on your skin. Well, the internal hygiene is food, is the self-thought, positive self-thought, giving your permission to not be perfect. And I just realized that I was putting myself in expecting how I should show up, when today I wasn't really ready to talk about the rooting chakra because I haven't managed it yet. I try, but I haven't. So right here we get as a look at this, ground your chakra. The flightiness, the floatiness is because that root chakra, that foundation is not balanced. And when it is balanced, you have that sense of security, you have that comfortable feeling, and you are like, everything is working out for me always. And that's like what you start to feel. And so we're going to start the meditation, and I am super excited to see where this goes as we celebrate each one of these colors. Again, thank you for your comments. Thank you for the emails. I trust that through the conversation that I answered some of your questions without like asking it directly, because I took the questions and kind of made them broader and answered it that way. And that's what I'll continue to do. And the root chakra is what we're focused on, but like every week I take the emails and I see where the body, people are mostly feeling the energy shifts in their body. And this week was the heart. A lot of people are having a burning sensation in their heart. And so what we will do is use balance the foundation, balance that root chakra, and then we will move to the heart. So I invite you to sit back and relax. As you're doing this, imagine the most beautiful, beautiful white light above your head. And in this brilliant white light, you're going to sense a feeling of diamonds. It's the rainbow spectrum. They're diamond rays. Some see it like flames. When you go there, go bigger, go broader. In this heart space of creation that is sourcing you life, is that very soul that you are, that piece of you that you have been drawing down, that joyful self. And as it's moving down the top of your head, moving through each one of your chakras, willing the energy, the life force that you are, in your beautiful tunnel, your beautiful tube of light that only you are in. As this energy is moving down your body and moving into Mother Earth, you're going to connect that energy to the heart core of Mother Earth, which is liquid diamonds. It looks like pools of diamonds. The new Earth energy is the frequency of joy and love and unity, are all in this beautiful flow of love. And I invite you to, like you're sucking through a straw, breathe that energy up through your legs, torso, and out the top of your head. And as you're doing this, you will feel, sense, or know a sense of energy, of balance. And as this flow begins to move in your natural flow, the space that resonates only with you, individually only with you. Because as we're doing these beautiful connections, we want to keep our own energies into our space, and others want to do the same. So remember that, vision that this white tube of light is showering you with you. And as you feel, sense, or know that red sphere of light in your pelvic area is getting bigger and stronger and brighter. With each breath, as you breathe in and you breathe out, feel that sense of security. Breathe in that the qualities of life that you desire. Match your heart space with that desire, and then feel your brain accept. There's this beautiful energy and cycle that is moving through your body, and it's yours to create. You are the source of creation. You are the designer of your experience. And each breath in, feel your heart expand. And on the out breath, release. And as you take a deep breath in, you may feel, sense, or know a heaviness somewhere in your body that needs your attention, your love, your unfailing love. And as I focus on the heart space, where most people are having disharmonies, I invite you to go wherever you are feeling a heaviness, a pinch, or a some of you are feeling like little stab pins. Go there and just bring the light into that area as you breathe in, and on the out breath, breathe out what doesn't serve you. And as we focus on the heart with this beautiful streaming light moving through us, there's these waves of light, and remember, your heart beats the same electrical magnetic pulse as Mother Earth's heartbeat. So when as you are connecting and connected to the very heart core of Mother Earth, and you feel the resonance of her heart and her unconditional love, remember that that very life, that vitality and beauty is right within your heart. And you're accessing it now. And as you breathe in, sometimes that's feels like an attachment or a negativity or an illness. But as you breathe in, feel that expansion and let go of the negative thoughts, the toxic energies such as it's an attachment or something's wrong with me. Replace those thoughts as you're breathing out this information that's yours and your design. Place it with, I am enough. I always have been. I am safe. I am secure. And I am loved. And as you are just centering yourself in this beautiful, massive red sphere that is bringing you foundations, remember that when this area is imbalanced, sometimes it is not yours. It can be lineage, your ancestral stuff, the heaviness that you may be feeling, and you don't understand a trauma you've been through. It could be a family member's, something that you have picked up through the family line. So allow yourself to breathe in this massive white light and release that, and then feel the joy that you just released a whole lineage of that anger, that resentment, the addiction, that all is held right here in that space. So when you are breathing in, bring up the strength and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you are saying thank you to yourself. Go there and feel these pinches and pulls that are moving out of your root chakra. Feel them dissolve and place them with, I am strong. I am free. There's really a sense of liberation when you're able to clear and cleanse that chakra, and then feel the lower limbs of your body bring back vitality to the muscles, because it's governing that whole bottom part of your body. Feel hip to hip a security when you're just standing both feet in the ground and you're connected to that white light completely. And as Mother Earth is bringing up that energy to your heart, breathe in and let out any stuck energy that is no longer serving you. And continue that breath, and it will release. And it will release, and it will release. So as you're clearing, you're remembering that white light loves and supports you, and that is you. That is your soulful self, bringing you joy and self-love, and it's moving down the top of your head, through your body, and each one of your chakras are wheeling the life force of purity, of pure light, of pure love, of pure source. And feel it move into your organs, because each one of the chakras govern an organ. And so each one that you're practicing to balance, because it takes a practice. It takes a loving each one of these energy centers and remembering they have an intelligence. As this is happening and the alignment is happening, give gratitude and love to each one of those organs for showing up for you every day. And you're going to feel this move into or through your body. You're going to feel it move down into Mother Earth. and really ground you into that very heart core of Mother Earth. And as you send down this love, remember Mother Earth multiplies everything in 10 by 10. Receive that love she's sending you. Receive that light she's sending you. Receive that vitality, that unfailing love that never stops. And feel it from Creator as well. He's that source of life that breathes through you every second of every day, reminding you, I chose you in all this beautiful world that I created. I said, wow, we need one of those. And that is you. As your heart is opening up to remembering your divine power, to remember your masculine power, feel the balance, love the balance. And as you're connected to everything below and everything above, feel that chakra expand. Give gratitude for the guides and the energy, the pure source, light codes, whatever that showed up for you today. Send gratitude. Feel a sense of a tree trunk or sand in your feet as you ground your body into Mother Earth. And embody every piece of you and all of the cells of your body. And you're gonna feel yourself just release and see things in a different way. Go look out the sunshine, like fill your body with Mother Earth's, I don't know, let's go and discover your favorite flower and just watch it grow through you, and the lotus flower, because there's so much symbolism behind the lotus flower. If you're new to this, go and seek that out. Ways that you can stay in this energy is there is chanting the Namyo Renge Kyo, the lotus flower. We've had Nico Hansen on our show. Those are positive ways to really keep you grounded, keep you loved. And thank you for everybody that shows up weekly. And I trust this just brings you some kind of balance and security and that was great fun. So remember, I am Nicole Ashton, and you can reach me at energyhealingbydesign.com. I do personal sessions. You can follow and look at what's available there. We do gatherings once a month, do retreats. We have a group of people that are just really loving and trying very, very diligently to bring people together through the heart space and love each other. So, and until next week, I am Nicole Ashton. Have an amazing week.
You've been listening to Return to Consciousness with your host, Nicole Ashton, creator of Energy Healing by Design, a world-renowned healer and luminary whose life after death experience has allowed her the gift of empowering people around the globe to heal and grow in their true authentic space. For audio and or video of this, go to Facebook or YouTube, Podbean or Spotify, and search Radio St. George or radiostgeorge.com. We invite you back next Wednesday at 4 o'clock for Return to Consciousness with Nicole Ashton on Radio St. George 100.3 FM.
KDXI